When I was a child, visiting my grandmother's house in the countryside was always the highlight of my summer vacations. She would greet me with a warm smile, pull me into a hug, and say, "My little one is here." Despite her small frame, my grandmother was one of the strongest people I knew. After my grandfather passed away, she single-handedly raised 3 children, including my father. She never hesitated to take on difficult work, doing whatever it took to provide for her family. Thanks to her unwavering determination, my father, uncle, and aunt were able to grow up without lacking anything. But whenever I visited, she would set everything aside, just for me. One of our favorite things to do together was visiting the local market. She would hold my hand tightly and say, "Let's buy some delicious treats and look around, shall we?" That day was no different. The market was bustling with life. Vendors called out to customers, the aroma of freshly fried pancakes and steaming fish cakes filled the air, and laughter echoed from all directions. I held my grandmother's hand tightly, excited by all the sights and sounds. Then, suddenly, my grandmother stopped walking. She set down her shopping bag and rummaged through her purse, her expression growing more and more serious. "Oh no, my wallet, it's gone." I looked up at her in shock. She checked her bag again, but it was nowhere to be found. Her face paled. "This can't be happening, I had it just a moment ago." I looked up at the man, stunned. He quickly shook his head. I just returned what I found." My grandmother was silent for a moment. Then, with a warm smile, she took the extra money from the wallet and firmly placed it in the man's hand. "This isn't mine," she said. "It must be yours. Take it." The man flinched, his hands shaking. "No, I can't, I just..." But my grandmother gently nodded. "Listen," she said softly, "a person should never take what isn't theirs, but they should also never deny what is rightfully theirs." The man hesitated. Then, after a long pause, his shoulders slumped, and he whispered, "Thank you." And with that, he turned and walked away. I stood there, watching his retreating figure, still trying to make sense of what had just happened. Why did he add more money to the wallet? Why did my grandmother insist on giving it back? I didn't understand it back then, but as time passed, I finally realized. People are inherently good, but sometimes, the world makes them doubt their own kindness. And when trust is broken, it can leave wounds that change a person forever. That day, my grandmother didn't just return his money. She returned something far more valuable: his dignity, his honesty, his self-respect. That's when I understood. True kindness isn't just about helping others. It's about seeing their hearts, understanding their struggles, and lifting them up. And now, I finally know. That was the kind of person my grandmother was. And that's the lesson she left behind for me.